Life is so busy. If you blink, you can miss something amazing. It's important to take a moment and enjoy what we have and the people around us. I'm Mo Hagan, Chief Operating Officer for CanFit Pro, and welcome to A Moment with Mo, a podcast where I will welcome some incredible guests to talk fitness and nutrition, mindset and self-empowerment, setting our goals into action, and much, much more. Now let's get chatting. Welcome to A Moment with Mo, a space for meaningful conversations with leaders who create momentum for everyone. And this is a really incredible space, and I love it here. My name is Mo Hagan, your host, and it's been my life purpose, my mission to actually create momentum, to inspire positive change in the world. And I strongly feel like this is a great space for stories to be shared that we can help spark that innovation and inspiration to help those journeying through their own leadership experience to receive the insights from my guests who are incredible leaders in their own right. And I said, we share stories, lived experiences, and that's where, we can hear the passion and purpose and what really leads people to what they see as opportunities for incredible growth in the world and inspiring many along their path. Now, my guest today has achieved just that. Her lifelong dedication to mentoring and elevating fitness professionals across Canada through her passion for education and training is a story to be shared. And I'm so glad to have Deb Singer here today. Welcome, Deb.
Oh, thanks so much, Mo. This is very exciting for me.
Well, I'm going to say that this is really a selfish moment because we haven't talked that much in the last number of years, although we have been in the industry side by side, bringing innovation into the Canadian fitness industry for decades.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to catch up, and this is going to be a great space to do that. For those who haven't met Deb, let me take this moment to honor Deb by sharing a little bit about her bio and her background. So Deb has played a defining role in shaping fitness talent across the country. As a regional manager with LIVunLtd, Deb oversees coaching, mentoring, recruitment, hiring, and professional development for fitness professionals nationwide. Her leadership ensures that thousands of Canadians experience high-quality movement experiences every day. With more than 25 years experience teaching, training, and developing instructors, you look way too young to have 25 years, let me tell you, Deb. You are well known, though, for your deep expertise in group fitness programming. I am witness to that. You've spent 2 decades as a master trainer with MOSA. In fact, we met just previous to that with our launch of Les Mills Body Pump in Canada. I think we were side by side when that innovation came along. And then, of course, you're a great testament to your commitment to excellence and programming integrity. And also, I'd like to say a testament to upholding standards for all fitness professionals. And that's something I'm so grateful for as someone who leads the fitness industry as well here at CanFit Pro. Deb, you also bring much passion to teaching in the classroom. You are a professor at Humber Polytechnic. You guide the next generation of fitness and wellness leaders. And often the first person to spot talent and those rising, shining stars, creating pathways for careers, and regularly inviting students to complete internships at LIVunLtd, which I tell you is like giving someone a golden ticket.
Yeah.
And because it gives real life experience, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I'm going to finish off by just sharing something I actually didn't remember or realize about your incredible background. You've lived so forward with your standards for excellence in education. Well, that comes from your impressive background with both a degree in physical health education, a Bachelor of Art in Drama, and a Bachelor of Education. That's the trifecta, and I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
And then before your career in fitness, you were named the All-Canadian Athlete in Gymnastics during your time at Queen's University, an accomplishment that you hold close to your heart, you've shared, and right next to your most cherished role that brings you joy, and that is being a mom. So again, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's hard to believe, that so much time has passed. One of my favorite quotes is the days are long, but the years are short. And wow, does that ever seem true? And you say all of these things that have happened, and almost seems like yesterday that it just started, and here we are,
And here we
25
are.
plus years later. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. I almost remember the room where we were in together, and how, body pumps sparked an entire generation, us,
yeah,
that
yeah,
now we've gone on to become who we are today. But those memories, and of course, your 2+ decades with MOSA. I'd love you to share that. But I'd love to kick off because we have so much to talk about. And
yeah,
I know that our listeners and viewers, as I said off the top of the show, look to inspiration, look to edification, or the reminder of how important the work is that they do as leaders, trainers, and educators, but also those that are embarking upon careers and maybe actually questioning, well, what type of training do I need if my passion is to head down this particular path or that particular path? So I'd love you to be able to share that because you come from all sides of the industry, which has to be so rewarding, number one.
hmm
Um, but I want to start by just inviting you to share a bit of your story. Perhaps, you can start by telling us a little bit about Live Unlimited that brought you to this work, and perhaps what you did prior to that that sparked your passion for taking on this role, and helping us understand just a little bit more behind the company Live Unlimited, and how it serves the community.
Okay, well, so if I start way back, I was when I was in high school was just when the more fitness oriented phys ed classes were starting out. And I was towards the end of high school and took this class, and it was all, we just did group fitness. And I just thought, this is the most amazing thing. And I'm going to do this someday. Tucked it in my back
Mm.
pocket, and I'm going to be an instructor someday. And the tail end of university is when I got my first certification through the Y. And then shortly thereafter, CanFit Pro was born, and I was able to transition into a certification with CanFit Pro. You can tell how long I've had it because it's part of my CanFit Pro number is the
Oh,
year 1997 was when I got my first CanFit
wow.
Pro certification. Yep.
First year.
Yep.
Good job.
It was right at the beginning, and I've never let it go all of these years. And then as I made my way to Toronto, I was working at what was then Sports Clubs of Canada, and I'm going to bring up some names that you'll know, some people dear to you. Bruce Waite was the group fitness coordinator, manager. And I said, Bruce, I really want to have a career in the industry, and I want to, things like that you do. And he said, and you've already brought it up, well, this new thing is coming called Body Pump, and we're going to do a training. You should take it. I didn't know what it was. And I said, okay, sign me up. So, one tip is take every opportunity because you never know, and any opportunity to learn and grow. And so off I went. And that's when I met another dear friend of both of ours, Peg Cleland, and she blew me away. Basically, they started the master class, which is right at the beginning of the workshop, and I fell in love. And during that first hour, I thought, okay, this is going to change my life. And it did. And I
Wow.
don't want to just teach this program. I want to educate other people on how to teach it. And I had my teaching background, but I just thought this like it was that light bulb moment that this is something I have to do. And so I was really fortunate to have that experience and learn and grow from Peg. And that's definitely what brought me to you, to be connected to you, and through that whole launch of Body Pump in Canada. And so that really started my career of loving to teach future fitness professionals.
Mm.
And another thing that was always in the back of my mind was wanting to teach at the college level, and that came into my life. I've been at Humber for 10 years, and about 3 years ago, the opportunity to join the team at Live Unlimited. The job that my staff do, I did many years ago when I first graduated from university. And this opportunity to join on the leadership team as a regional manager and help to mentor and coach staff was just, I had to take it to be able to bring all these worlds together. So LIVunLtd, I know, is not necessarily known throughout the fitness industry because really our target is corporate organizations. And so our programs help employees within their work site. So we deal directly with, typically someone in HR or maybe a property manager to help bring health and wellness programs for their employees. So really forward-thinking companies that recognize the value of having this on site.
Mm-hmm.
And so the staff that I oversee, they're boots on the ground running these programs to help make the work environment healthier and happier, but also to teach these skills that can be transferred outside of the work environment. So it's really exciting to kind of see all these things blend together.
And you get to bring it all together. You get to work.
Yeah.
You've experienced both sides. You understand that that to bring the opportunities forward, you have to bring the worlds together, and you are an example of that. And it is incredibly rewarding work to work in the corporate areas and even in the residential where you work in communities and bring those fitness experiences there. Yeah, I it's interesting when you know someone and trust someone, then you really open your mind to the opportunity, like with Live Unlimited. And so when I heard what you were doing, I thought that is so perfect because you get to actually help people fulfill their dream of their career, which is kind of got to be the best job in the whole world.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you mentioned, this opportunity, because, for years I was at Humber and definitely recognizing talent and connecting students as much as I could, but I didn't really have a pathway to grab them and say, you're amazing. How can I continue to help you after you graduate? Really experience more in your career. And so to be able to handpick students, bring them to our sites for internships, to give them opportunities to work part-time. And now we've hired many Humber students as full-time employees, and they're amazing.
Wow. And they get the opportunity right out of the gate to have success in the profession, to determine if that is where they're going to continue, or perhaps it just sparks them to the next phase of their journey, because that is kind of the toughest bridge to create, right? The to mind that gap is you graduate from your diploma or your degree, and then now what? Or as we say at CanFit Pro, you're certified. What's next? But it's actually putting your skills into the lived experiences in this corporate space or the wherever space you see yourself, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what would be a piece of advice you'd share for those that are embarking upon their fitness career, being that you have this experience working with corporations, with the HR leadership team? What would be a piece of advice you'd give to someone that perhaps is starting a career that would be something that you would encourage them to consider that part of the many choices they have?
Well, this is going to speak to your heart as well, because I know we come from similar backgrounds with a love of group fitness. And that's one of the courses I teach at Humber. And I know my students just think I'm saying this because it's what I teach. But teaching group fitness, getting certified in group fitness through a reputable organization like CanFit Pro is really key. It has shaped every aspect of my career. It has opened doors for me. It has given me, it's been what's really clenched certain jobs for me because of my skills in group fitness. And so I always tell people that you may think that this is not the right route for you, but it will open so many doors. So getting certified as a group fitness instructor, putting yourself out there, it really sets people apart. That's been my experience.
Wow. Well, you heard that here. If you want to set yourself apart in the fitness industry as a fit pro, leadership of any type, get certified as a group fitness instructor. And of course, CanFit Pro is a great destination for those that are starting their path or they want to upskill in that
Yes,
area. And we often need that upskilling even along the way, as we are always to continue to shape our skills. So thank you for sharing that. That's a
you're welcome.
golden nugget right there. Um, Another thing that we both have near and dear to our heart, next to just, getting certified in group fitness, is the power of education and training itself. We both spent our entire careers, raising the standard of professionalism in not only in Canada but globally. Um, why do you believe certification, ongoing professional development, and high quality training is essential for today's fitness industry, especially with those other emerging platforms and
Yeah.
fitness opportunities?
Well, it definitely brings a level of credibility. I I mean, we have been in the industry a long time, and I truly believe that the reputation of what we do has continued to improve. I still think there are people who don't really understand or don't maybe give enough credit to how much effort and influence fitness professionals can have. I mean, what an important
Mm.
role we play in the whole health continuum. And so having a reputable certification brings credibility to what we all do, and it creates a standard of excellence. So when you see someone has a CanFit Pro certification, they've met this standard of excellence, and that just helps to raise the bar for all of us. And I think that's really important because there are areas that aren't there is no standardization, and so how do you really know what someone is bringing to the table from safety, effectiveness, and just that piece of service? So I think it
Hmm.
brings that credibility.
Absolutely. And today, for so many reasons, that credibility, by starting with each and every one of us, is what's going to actually raise and uphold the standards of excellence that consumers expect, right?
And deserve.
And deserve. Very good. And
Yeah.
deserve. Yeah, you
Yeah.
deserve to be taken care of safely and effectively, and not just for the fun of fitness, but for the true results that can be gained if you're working with qualified fitness professionals in whatever area. Yeah, it's I could talk for a long time about
Yeah.
standards and why we think that the standard in fitness doesn't need to be as high as the standard in any other area of
Yeah.
healthcare, not to mention anything else. I mean, you never take your dog or cat to a vet that's not licensed to practice, or your car to a mechanic that doesn't have a certification. But yet,
Yep.
sometimes we don't think it's required.
Absolutely. And to speak on the whole ongoing continuing education,
Mhm.
I mean, one of the things I ask my students, if this doesn't excite you, yes, we have to get continuing education credits to keep our certifications. But if that isn't something that you want to do, then you have to really think about, is this the right field for you? All these years later, I still find it so exciting. What's new? What's fresh? What else can I learn? What other certification or course can I take? Because it still it just fills me up. And we want to stay on top of current trends and in new research because it just comes back to how can we create the best experiences for all of these people that are entrusting their time, their energy, their money in
Money.
us to assist them.
That's a beautiful segue to my next question.
Mhm.
You work with young people every day. You see their excitement, you see their fears, their
Yeah.
evolving interests, and also their confusion at times as far as what path to take following the education that they receive. This is probably going to be a multifold question. First, what career trends are you seeing among your students entering the fitness and wellness field? Like, why are they coming to take this course at Humber? What's attracting them to programs like the one that you teach? And how do you see these trends shaping the future of the industry?
Yeah, that's a lot
Loaded
to
question.
that's a lot to dive into. Most of them start out when I ask them they're in their first semester. They say, "Well, I like movement. I like being active, which obviously is a really important starting point. And then there's so much that they don't know, that they get introduced to, that starts to just, open up some ideas for them. I'm definitely seeing this trend towards more athletic style training. We've all seen a shift in group fitness away from the exercise to music. I still think there's a place for that, and I still really enjoy that. But I see the value in doing a little bit less of that. They definitely are looking at the whole wellness trend into wellness coaching and seeing beyond the physical, and I'd say the whole recovery piece, just understanding how important that is, that it isn't about always pushing harder and faster. It's, what can we do to feed our bodies? And sometimes that means I'm going to take this opportunity to stretch and work on mobility and go for a walk, and how valuable all of that movement is. It doesn't have to just be I'm pushing harder and getting my heart rate higher.
Mm-hmm. You named all the
That's
top you named all the top trends right now that are certainly in the recent CanFit Pro Trends Survey of 2025. And you mentioned athletic training. A small difference is the trend number 2 of functional training. But really, if your sport is an athletic endeavor like training for high rocks, then athletic training is your functional training for
yeah,
that particular activity. So again, it's interesting to see how students are come with these interests in mind that do align with what we're seeing as the demand in the industry by consumers. So kudos to your students. They're coming with
yeah,
the purpose that is also in great alignment. But I loved what you said, Deb, is they come first and foremost, or the spark that brings them is the passion for movement.
yep,
It all starts there. When you have passion to move, you know how good it feels. You want to share that joy with others, just like sharing the joy to teach, be the trainer for the teachers, that your passion is, my passion is. It's what moves you along the journey or along the path, but it all starts from the passion. Otherwise, this industry wouldn't be necessarily for you. It could also spark other doors to open, though, that's for sure. As you
yeah.
said, having a foundational training such as fitness instruction opens the doors to so many life skills and career opportunities. Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Very cool.
it's been fun to watch, and I mean, I don't know how much of it is. I mean, now that I'm at an age where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm probably the same age, if not older, than some of their moms as they're starting college, and
Wow.
I don't like, maybe some of this influence is seeing what their parents are doing. I mean, it's much different than what I grew up watching my parents do, and I think about how my son is 17. I mean, we do not have a big house, and you can't see other parts of it right now. But if you would see the amount of fitness equipment that we jammed into, that, we make choices that we're going to have a bike instead of a side table because we want to have. He's just grown up like this, and how just movement is
Your
you
lifestyle.
yeah, it's just religion in our household, and the things that are interesting to him, and how he's teaching his friends how to warm up and prepare before their soccer games. And so these students are coming in with a different experience from
Yeah.
what they're growing up, what they're seeing their parents do,
Yeah.
which is really amazing.
We really are part of an incredible generation because, like you said, the way that my kids have experienced fitness as just daily medicine and movement, as
Hmm.
medicine versus a luxury item, the way my mother saw it when she grew up. But again, there's where you've been able to spark not only your son's life and lifestyle, but also an entire generation that is part of your son's generation. It's got to feel rewarding, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing makes me more proud than when he says, "Oh, I'm feeling a little stressed with. I'm going to go for a run."
Yeah.
Like, what a productive way to use movement as a therapeutic tool.
Yep. Yeah, I wish I knew it when I was 13. It would have saved a lot of door slams and a lot of, what my mother called temper tantrums, but I called a lot of energy that just needed to go somewhere. And if
Yeah.
it, I didn't learn to run until grade 11, but my mother figured it out pretty quickly after that. Oh, right. If Mo goes running, then we'll all have a happy day because Mo's got her energy in check.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That or
Yeah.
my mom put me in gymnastics at 6 years old because
And
the energy and it was
hmm
such a great outlet for me and
yep.
served me well.
I
Yeah.
My mom put me in gymnastics too. She thought I was gonna hurt myself trying to teach myself backflips on the couch. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Two
we're
peas
a
is
lot
two
alike in
peas in
that
a
regard.
pod. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's why we are attracted to all the incredible opportunities that came our way, and we're here to shape those opportunities for, our kids and their kids and so on.
Yeah.
Um, I do wanna ask, we're gonna talk about too where people can connect with you because I'm sure there's gonna be viewers and listeners that will wanna find out more about the work you do not only at Humber, but with Live Unlimited. But I do wanna ask that, take this moment. You've mentored so many health, fitness, wellness leaders across Canada in your time in the industry. What was the biggest lesson you learned personally in those experiences? But also, what message do you want to share with
Huh.
today's fitness instructors and trainers, those considering a career or a new career? What should they hear right now from you?
Well, it kind of gives me chills when I think about this, and I've thought about it a lot, and it was something I learned pretty early on. The first part is we need to meet people where they're at because you can
Mm,
come in with this expectation that I'm going to teach this class and they're going to achieve this level and you have to meet them where they're at. And ultimately, I just want people to move their body. So if they come to my class and they want to do something completely different than what I'm doing, I don't care. That doesn't matter. They're there for whatever reason they want to be there. They like the music, they like the social, they do whatever they want as long as they're happy and safe. That's all that matters. And so I'd say kind of my take home message for everyone when you're standing in front of that room or you're with that client or whatever opportunity it is, I always come from this place of it is my privilege. It is my great privilege that I get to teach these people, work with these people, mentor, whatever it is, versus their privilege to get me. I'm the one who's
mm,
privileged that they allow me that time and space with them. It's not their privilege, if that makes sense. And if you go in with that attitude, it changes everything. And they also feel that. I always just feel so grateful that people are busy. They choose to dedicate some of their
mhm.
time to spend with me. That
Love
is
that.
my privilege.
You know, I I always love to learn. So thank you. You just gave me a new tool and I'm going to connect it to something that we both learned when we took our body pump training and I'm sure with most as well as when I click my mic belt on,
Hmm.
I am going to connect that to it is my privilege versus their privilege to be with me, my privilege to serve and be for the people in front of me today. As I always let people, I invite people to move to the music and to move to their own spirit, but to remember that I am privileged. And with
Hmm.
privilege comes a responsibility to
Absolutely.
meet people where they're at. So thank you for that. That's a wonderful, incredible nugget of knowledge. And I'm sure that that will help uh, those listening and those that you impart your knowledge and your advice on is to remember that as they embark on their careers. And that I can't imagine us not loving what we do when we know why we're here
Mhm.
to serve, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who do want to reach out and connect with you and learn more about your work or join you in some of your endeavors, you have lots of things going on. Tell us about that and where people can find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Deb Singer, and then my husband's last name is Cadu, and I'm sure they'll pop it up because it's a French name, so it's not spelled how it sounds. You
Hmm.
can find me on LinkedIn at Deb Singer. You can connect with us at Live Unlimited. Live Unlimited Canada is Instagram. or LIVunLimited.com is our website. But I'd love to connect with people through Instagram or find me on LinkedIn. It is a picture. My profile picture is a picture of me, so it's not some random thing. So you'll know it's me. But I love to connect with other fitness leaders, just anyone. Please reach out. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you want to have a conversation. I always have time to connect with people.
And to that point, I reached out to you after ChemFit Pro Global because we saw each other quickly and
Yeah.
we said, let's connect. And we did, because that's what we do. And
Yep.
in that sparked so many incredible ideas that we both are going to be able to see come to reality, to help both our audiences, because our missions and purposes are the same. And that is to help to create careers for fitness professionals and help to elevate the standards within the industry by ensuring that those coming into the career path of the fitness industry have been inspired by incredible fitness training and education through leaders like yourself, Deb. So thank you
Thank
for all you do, for your passion and your wisdom, and sharing your stories today. I'm sure we could stay on for much longer because
you.
we do have lots of passion to share. But I do want to say your dedication to elevating the fitness industry and building such meaningful careers, really does continue to shape the future of the industry, not here just in Canada, but through Canada around the world. And so I'm grateful for your leadership. Thank you, because you are somewhat of a unicorn, my friend.
Yeah.
And that is a compliment, because of the way you've brought all your
Yeah.
paths of your passions together for a really incredible career. And it's inspiring. And I'm sure those who will follow you or have already been working with you know that too. Um, but I always do say, one of the quotes is, if you want to go fast in your pursuit of greatness, then you go alone and you'll go fast. But if you want to go further and feel fulfilled in that journey, then go together. And that's why we have spaces like this podcast to share these stories, lived experiences, and lessons to help everyone navigate their own unique unicorn path. So, yes, grateful to you, Deb. Thanks so much. And I do know our paths will continue to cross into our third and fourth decade, as we
Oh
will
my
probably
goodness.
never leave the industry.
Never. Well, thank you so
Oh,
much. This was so fun. I really enjoyed this opportunity to connect with you and connect with your audience. So thank you so much for inviting me.
you are most welcome. And thank you for joining my community. This will be live to all those listening. So we do hope that you enjoyed it. You've been with me, Mo Hagan, and my guest today, Deb Singer. And our journey has been pretty incredible. And we hope that you've learned something from some of our short stories and lessons shared today. I want to thank all of you for being here, and stay inspired, stay connected. Deb invited you along, and keep creating momentum, my friends, in your life and the lives of those that you cross paths with, and you ignite or spark their excitement for their own journey. Thanks for being here, and until next time, keep moving.